Hello, hello, my fourth grade friends. Today we are going to be able to represent patterns when we're multiplying, and we're going to specifically focus on those patterns when we multiply by 10, 100, and 1,000. So let's dive in. Here we go. Before we get started, I want to just do a little review. So we're going to compare these two numbers. My suggestion for you is before you actually compare them, you convert or change expanded form into standard form, word form into standard form. Then when they're both in standard form, go ahead and compare. I'll give you a minute and pause your video and then check back with me. So when you compare them, you should have gotten 640,510 and then 650,410. So we start in the biggest place value when we compare, and they're both the same, so that doesn't help us. We look in the next place value, and in the 10,000th place, I know 5 is greater than 4. Therefore, 650,000 is greater than the 640,000. Let's keep moving, guys. Here we go. Little review, multiplying by 10. This is going to look really similar to some equations from your math calendar for this month. What I'd like you to do is pause your video, try them out. Remember, one of our strategies was simply making a place value chart, writing our numbers in, and then moving them based on how many place values we're moving. All right, so if you did 15 times 10, that meant that you had a 1 in the tens place, a 1 in the tens place, a 5 in the ones place. And when you multiply by 10, that means every digit is moving one place value to the left. So we would move them over. We'd have a 1 in the hundreds, a 5 in the tens. There's nothing here in the ones place. I need to think of a number that represents nothing. Hopefully you identified that as 0. So if we were writing in our numbers, you should have 150, 240, 360. When we multiply by 10, 10 times bigger, it's one place value to the left. Good job, boys and girls. That's it for review. Let's get started by multiplying by 10. We're going to do it again using a place value chart. But today I'm going to show you how to do this with number discs. Now, when you're making a number disc, it's not something that takes a long time. It's quick, it's simple, and it's neat. So what I like to do is when I draw them in, for example, I'm multiplying 5 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice it was quick, it was easy. I didn't sit there bubbling them in, or I didn't make big slashes. They're in a row, easy to count. I'm multiplying these 5 ones by 10, which means all of this is going to move one place value to the left, and therefore I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. So my answer is 5 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 is 50. Another way I can write that is in unit form where I have 5 tens, okay? So let's go ahead and try using our place value chart, multiplying. I did show my answer here too to show how I multiplied it if you needed a way to check. Let's have you try this one. I'll help you out a little bit at the beginning. So we're multiplying by 5. So our first step is we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm multiplying by 1,000. 1,000 is really 10 times 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 10 is 1,000. So if I'm multiplying by 1,000, that means I'm moving 1, 2, 3 place values to the left. So let's go and let's move them. 1, 2, 3. So I will have in the thousands place that same number, but I moved it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, giving me a total of 5,000, also known as 5,000, also known in unit form as 5,000. Okay? This is just a way to show how we moved it 3 place values. I want you to think about, what if I was multiplying this number 5 and I was multiplying it by 100? If I was multiplying it by 100, that would mean I'm moving 10 times 10. It would mean I was moving 2 place values, because 10 times 10 is 100. So I would move 2 place values, okay? So I just want you to think about those different patterns of 10. We're gonna fill in our equation here by using what we know. So 6 times 10 is 10 6 times. You can fill that in. And then we're trying to find that missing factor. Something times 6 equals 600. Now, I want you to pause your video and try this one out, and then check with me to see your work. Making sure you're realizing those patterns of 10. First, we're multiplying by 10. Then we're going to do something that equals in the hundreds. And last, we're going to do something that's in the thousands. So hopefully you notice a pattern. Go ahead and pause your video. Here we go. So we multiplied by 10 and we had an answer of 60. We multiplied by 100, we had an answer in the hundreds. Multiplied by thousands, and we had an answer in the thousands. Let's try this one. When I say decompose, you say break down. Decompose, decompose. Awesome. So if we're decomposing, it means to break it down, almost similar to the associative property, but we're not using parentheses. So 3 times 200 equals, remember on the equal sign, we need them the same on both sides. So 3 times 200, I know 3 times 2 is 6. Add my 2 zeros. So this side is equal to 600. So if this side is equal to 600, I need to make this side equal to 600, okay? So we're gonna do something that equals 600 over here. Now there's a few different options that we can do. I like to make it as easy as possible and do something to get these two factors need to equal 200. I like to do my patterns of 10. So 10 times something, 1 times 2 equals 2. Add my 2 zeros is 200. 200 times 3 equals 600. Now both sides of my equal sign are equal. We could also do 3 times 10, which is 30, and 30 times 20 equals 600, right? 3 times 2 equals 6. Add my 2 zeros is 600. And last, I know that 600 is equal to 3 times 200. And here's another way to show that. Today on your exit ticket, you're going to see that the questions, oh, my Schoology may not be working. The questions are all talking about patterns of 10 and different ways that we multiply by 10. 10 is 10 times more, okay? So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you, using your whiteboard or marker, to head to Schoology and do today's exit ticket, making sure you're using our place value chart to multiply. Good luck, and thanks for working with patterns of 10 today.